Hey guys, it's Stacy with Chapter Chicks, and today I'm going to do like a group review. Recently I got into graphic novels and I still want to review them, but since they're so short and there's not really much you can say on it, I'm going to do a group review of 3 of them. The reviews will be over The Walking Dead, Jane Eyre the graphic novel, and Grimm's Fairy Tales. Grimm Fairy Tales is not really a graphic novel, but it's a bunch of short stories and it does involve a lot of pictures, so I figured I would go ahead and throw it in with this group. First review is going to be over The Walking Dead graphic novel book 1 and this was created by Robert Kirkman. There is 3 different versions of this that you can get, and I'm going to break those down for you so you can pick which one is best for you. The first one is paperback, and they are about $10 a piece, and there is 17 books in that series, and each book has 6 issues within it. And there is the hardcover series, which they run to about $35 to $40. There's 7 books in this series, and each book contains 12 issues. And then there is the deluxe one, which is I have no idea how much that one is, but I'm assuming it's pretty expensive. And there's only 3 books in that series, and each book contains 24 issues. It's a little bit of information so you can pick and choose which one would be best for you. Personally, if I was just starting out and wanted to check it out because of the book series or because of the TV series, I would get the paperback one because they're a lot cheaper. But if you're somebody who's already into graphic novels, you might want to get the hardcover one because it would look really nice. It looks really nice on shelves, but these are really expensive. This is the first graphic novel that I ever read, and for my first one, I thought it was decent. It has a completely different storyline than the show, which is a good and a bad thing because if, like me, I'm a big fan of the show and I prefer the show to this, but it's nice if you like this world and you want to see different versions of it, so I do think that is kind of a plus. The only really big downfall for me was the character of Daryl is not in this series. I don't think that's a spoiler because I just really like Daryl's character, and that was the main reason why I got this. And it was a disappointment to find out that he was not in this one. There is a difference between graphic novels and manga, and it has to do with color and stuff like that. I'm not sure what the differences are in that, but for the pictures in this one, they are black and white, and I really do enjoy the pictures. I think they're very well done. They have a very comic book feel to them, and I really like the big glossy pages, so the pictures is something that I really did enjoy. I do enjoy taking a break from a big heavy book and just reading something that's fun and kind of like a magazine style of thing where it's easy to read and you can get through it fast but you still get a great story behind it. So yes, I would definitely recommend this. The next one I'm going to review is Jane Eyre, the graphic novel. The text is originally by Charlotte Brontë, published by Classic Comics, and Classic Comics has a bunch of other classic tales that they have turned into graphic novels. Frankenstein, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet, other ones that I plan on checking out. On these, you either get a orange, purple, or green sticker. The orange sticker is the fuller version, has the original text that goes with it. Purple one has a plain layman's terms text for people who are having a hard time understanding, which I might get the purple one and the Macbeth one because Shakespeare is hard to understand. Green sticker, which has the original text, but it's chopped down and it's shortened to help with the flow of the graphic novel better. I also give this one a decent. Jane Eyre is one of my favorite classical stories. There's a couple things in it that I did not enjoy. I feel like a lot of Jane's inner thoughts were cut out of this, so it was kind of hard to follow sometimes without her inner working. As for the pictures, I really didn't enjoy the pictures. They're okay, but I feel like they could have done better. The best way I can explain what I don't like about them is they're a little blocky and the color kind of fades into other colors, so it doesn't give a nice flow to the book. These are originally $17. I paid $4 for this, so if you find them on sale, I highly would recommend them. I don't think I would pay $17 for them, but it's a nice little addition to have a graphic novel of one of your favorite classical stories, and I'm really glad I do have a Jane Eyre one. Now for the Grimm's Fairy Tales one, a lot of people ask me what copy that I have. I have the IDW copy, which only has a few of the Grimm fairy tale stories in it. Barnes & Noble has a big collector's edition. So going into this, I didn't know much about the Grimm's fairy tale history. It's not something that I've ever really known about. I've known about a couple of the stories. After reading it, I'm thoroughly glad that I read this. I really do think this is a must read to get a little bit of a flavor of the Grimm's fairy tales because they are so much fun. These stories are in their original form, and I love that they were written to scare kids into doing the right thing. I think that's hilarious. A lot of fairy tales were originally written like that, like if you stay up past your bedtime, bad things will happen to you, just stuff of that nature, and it was really fun. A lot of tie-ins for this with our culture, and I really do think these are a must read just simply because a lot of these stories are the foundation of things that we know and think today. Like, a lot of things I'm like, oh, that came from Grimm's fairy tale. I didn't know that. There is some crazy characters in here. I mean, a lot of times some of the characters are inanimate objects, and I think my favorite character of all was the egg. I mean, an egg being a real person. It was just hilarious. Some of my favorite stories in here are The Little Red Cap and The Princess and the Frog. The Princess and the Frog is like the one fairy tale that I can like was like a staple in my childhood, and it was really fun to read it in the original text. There's ones that branch off into the fairy tales that we know and love today, like the 12 Dancing Princesses and Snowdrop. It really is a must read, and it's really fun, and I highly recommend it. Yeah, so that was my graphic novel group review. I will be doing more of these because I'm really starting to get into the graphic novels. I only have 2 right now, so when I get another one, I'll probably set that one up as another group review. Tell me if you like the graphic novel reviews, and if you're somebody who is in graphic novels, can you suggest a book that would be a great graphic novel to get into, because I'm really wanting to get into these because they're fun. I love them. Yeah, so this was Stacy, and I hope you enjoyed the review. Bye, guys.